Hey guys, it's DeadMomAlive here. I'm here to show you how I do my Catwoman makeup, or excuse me, face paint. I'm a full-time content creator over on trovo.live/deadmomalive. It's a place where I stream my games. I'll do Face Paint Friday where I go and I face paint and then I go play games with viewers and stuff. So make sure you go give me a follow over there. That'd be nice. I'm just I don't have a script, so I'm kind of just pulling words out of my booty. So make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, turn them notifications on. Make sure you come help me out because I'm trying to reach those goals of YouTube partner push by the end of the year. I know I got a long way to go, but we're going to get there. Anyways, I just want to start off with what I'm doing today. I did do kind of like a cat eye blend with some black and grays, did some eyeliner. Now I normally would wear some false eyelashes. I'm having sort of an eyelid issue at the moment. I've been wearing false eyelashes for years and all of a sudden I'm developing some sort of reaction. I've changed glues. I went from Kiss to the Duo Orange. I've gotten a lot of advice and it just is not working out. I was told it could be the type of eyelash I'm wearing, so I've tried to change that, still not helping. I've toned it down. It seems like the heavier the eyelash, because I like the 3D type of eyelashes, the heavier the eyelash, it seems I have more of a reaction. The lighter the eyelash, like Kiss Little Black Dress, don't seem to be as bad. So I don't know if it's a multitude of the fibers or what, but I think my next venture in eyelashes may be not the magnetic eyeliner but the clip-on ones. I'm kind of looking to some alternatives at the moment. If you guys have any suggestions, feel free to leave a comment. I would take any suggestions or constructive criticism. I'm a very big beginner on YouTube, so please be gentle. If you're gonna throw me a hate comment, I might just love you anyways. Like I said, please be gentle. I've been doing face paint now for a few years. Started over on Mixer, or actually Twitch, and then went to Mixer, and now I'm on Trovo. Slowly putting things together on YouTube, so please bear with me, and we're going to make this as quick as possible so you guys don't have to sit here forever. I might see if I can speed up some of it. If not, then, you know, it is what it is. Like I said, don't forget to like, turn on them notifications, comment, and subscribe, because that would really help me a lot. So what I'm going to start off with is I always have a reference picture. I've done this face paint, excuse me, quite a bit. I could probably get away with not using a reference, but I always keep one up just because, you know, I'm 45 and sometimes I forget things. So what I usually start off with, you can get just a white pencil and do this. I ran out of mine. I don't know. I don't know where. I don't know. I either ran out or it broke. I don't know. Or who knows? Anyways, so I'm going to start off with just the outline. I'm using the Marion Clown White. Sorry, it's dirty because I've had this for probably like 6 months, so it's probably time to get a new one. So what I usually do is I start off, I always take a little napkin here and I wipe off any excess that because, you know, I do clean my brushes, but still sometimes I double dip and our faces are oily and greasy, and always make sure I wipe that crap out of there. And then we start by sort of outlining, and I like to use white. You can use like an eyeliner, like a brown eyebrow pencil, not an eyeliner, excuse me, a brown eyebrow pencil, a really light brown one, and you can do that. The only issue I have with that is sometimes it's harder to wipe off depending on your eyebrow pencil. Plus I don't really like to outline a lot with dark. With white, you can go over white with just about anything, so that's what I like about it. Anyways, if my mic happens to F up, I'm sorry. I will slowly check on it and fix it. I'm having some sort of issue. I don't know. I am using a Blue Yeti X and I absolutely love it, but I'm thinking it's more my PC than my mic. So like I said, we're going to start off with some of this white here. I'm going to just take a little bit and kind of roll it around. You know, don't be afraid to use the back of your hand as a palette. I do that a lot. You can buy little cute palettes and that's cool and all. But I always buy them and I lose them or they get tossed away or thrown away. So the back of your hand is very useful. Hey, gotta use your ingenuity, you know what I'm saying? So usually what I start off with is I just put a couple of dots to make sure everything's lined up. So knowing that I kind of want to circle this area right here, I put just like a dot right here. I try not to go too high because I kind of got a smaller forehead. Um, and I'm not trying to pick fun, but I really do have a smaller area to work with. Some amazing content creators, face painters have a bigger surface area, and I'm not trying to pick fun, but I admire that because I have less to work with. So therefore, I'm kind of a little stuck with what I got. So I kind of just do kind of like one of these just to make sure, like, before we draw anything, we get some lineage, some dots that are nice and perfect, just to kind of give it that, and I can actually look at it and make sure everything's lined up right. And we're gonna go down this way, so I kind of just like to do one of those and then do one of those. And when you see it, you can kind of see if you're even or not. And the great thing about white, like I said, you can color over white. That's the beauty part about it. So if you use like a black pencil to outline, it's a little harder when you make mistakes to wipe it off or even use a concealer. So I would recommend using white for your outlining. But you got to use what you got to use. I'm going to show you some of my products. You're like, God dang. But either I've been using them for a while, or sometimes finances are a little rough, so I gotta use what I gotta use. I'm not afraid to use drugstore products at all. Do I love top of the line stuff? Absolutely, but you got to use what you got to use, like I said. Okay, so it's gonna come down like here. So I like to go here and here. See, you're getting kind of the idea, right? Sorry, my lighting's weird as well. I'm upgrading my stuff. Like I said, I'm very new at this. I've been doing it for a while, and I'm surprised I didn't get up onto YouTube sooner. Um, So we're just kind of doing that, and it's gonna go, like I said, in a circle, and you always want to try to get as straight as possible. So here we're gonna end our mask about here, okay? And then what I like to do is it's gonna come down to about here. You can bring, the thing about Catwoman is you can do a short mask, you can do a longer mask, you can do whatever suits you, your face. Like I said, some amazing content creator have I think they have better shape of face than I do, so I just work with what I got at this point. So, and then I pretty much just finish filling in on each side. But yeah, so what I usually do is I take my nose right here and I kind of just do one of those. And I do that on both sides. Just so you have an equal, it's equal, because when I first did this face paint, I just kind of freehanded it, and it was really frustrating because I kept erasing and filling in, erasing and filling in. But when you do a technique like that, you're gonna find it's gonna be a little bit more equal for you, and you're not gonna be using so much concealer or erasing or Q-tips, because that's really frustrating. And then you have to go back in and fill things in so things don't look like you wiped it with the Q-tip. You know what I mean, ladies. All right. So we're going to continue with that. So here, this side and this side. See, you can see how it's actually forming something. And then here we do the same over here. See what I mean? You get more of an like even natural, and I love it. When I first started doing this, like I said, this is not how I did this. So I'm very proud of myself that I've actually been able to take this face paint, excuse me, that much further. The one thing I also like about this face paint, um, is it's super simple. Super simple. Um so once you have that, you want to make sure you get the top of your mask. So you have, this is going to be the bottom part of your mask. You still want the circles. So that's the bottom. What I usually do is kind of one of these. Okay, because you're going to fill all that in. And then you're going to take this area that you used right here, and you're just going to kind of do one of these. And this is where you take your Q-tips. You just want to get that, and it doesn't matter on the inside because you're going to paint all that black. So you're good there. And then you're just going to want to take this and trace it down. And it's okay if it's not perfect because, like I said, with the black, it's so much easier to fix on top of white. So don't worry about that part. And right about here is when my mic started to mess up. As you can see, you can't hear me. I'm having a little issues with one of my PC ports, but I was just simply explaining that, don't be afraid to make any mistakes. As you can see, I kind of messed up right here. It went up when I was supposed to go sideways towards my ear, and you can see that I'm about to fix that. I realized, oopsie, but that's the beauty, like I was saying earlier, with using white, because you can always get rid of white versus a brown or darker pen or paint. And I just keep making sure, I keep everything quite even. And I was just explaining again, it comes off really easy. And it's going to take me a minute before I notice that my mic isn't working because I'm not sitting there staring at it. But as we just finished connecting all these amazing dots that we made to make things symmetrical as much as possible. And like I keep saying, and I won't always say this, do not be afraid to make mistakes. This is how we learn. This is how we get better at face painting or at art, period. You just want to keep connecting these as much as possible. Don't be afraid of the white. Black goes over white so much easier versus the other way around. So this is why I start out. You can also buy a nice white pencil instead of using paint, which I did explain that I had and I don't have anymore. So you just want to go in and perfect your lines, make sure things are straight as much as possible. It is face paint. Allow yourself to make mistakes. And that's the outline. We're just going to go in and kind of clean up some of the area with the Q-tip. Nothing too crazy, just kind of clean that up a bit to make it look a little more circular. Fumbling. I didn't use a script. I just kind of went off my, what I would normally do if I stream this live. And I'm really hoping to bring some more face paints to you guys soon. This was just kind of quick, something I kind of threw together. And I was just explaining here, trying to make things even. So look how beautifully that white just kind of wipes off. You don't have to worry about it. Just take your finger, take a Q-tip, take a concealer brush, a clean brush, whatever you need, whatever you have, and just clean it up a little bit. Super easy. And sometimes you can see I tend to get a little more focused on, the details and making sure things are perfect and even and lined up. The first time I did this face paint, I was super nervous. And I don't even know what I'm saying here. So I'm just talking to you guys. We're putting away the white Clown Marion paint and we are going to start filling in the black with our Athena's face paint palette made by You Can Be, sorry. I was trying to see what I was saying there. And I will put all the products in the description below. I order everything pretty much off Amazon. There may be some drugstore products that I do get for this, but it's very rare. So we're just going to clean up our brush. And here I'm just talking, not even realizing that my microphone is not even working. But we're just going to slap on this black paint with a thick brush, a flat, thick brush. I think I'm just talking about how I kind of like to start up. You can go up to your hairline right here if you kind of just want to make it super simple mask-esque. Or you can go into the hairline to give it more of that real look. I tend to go into the hairline, and that's what I'm explaining here. You can go into your hairline depending on where your hairline is. I was explaining earlier that I wish I had a little bit of a surface area here. I don't have a very big forehead, so I go into my hairline just to give it that extra mask look, to give it that fuller look. And, you know, we're just going to color that in really good. Black definitely does not like to come off the skin very well. It takes me quite some time to scrub this out. I end up having to use not just my CeraVe makeup remover. I also have to use a spin brush and probably a coffee scrub to really get that black out of my skin and pores. But everybody's different. I don't have this problem with white. I only have it with black and red. Red tends to stain my face, so I always have to go a little extra when cleaning the black off. And I was just taking a sip of my drink there. I'm quite thirsty because I can't stop talking without realizing that my mic is off. And I'm just wondering how long I did talk without realizing my mic wasn't on. But, you know, that's okay. That's what great voiceovers are for. But we're just, like I said, we're filling in this black. Who knows what I'm talking about? It makes me really sad that this happened to me. But, you know, technical, logical difficulties, there's not much I can do about it. And here I think I'm talking about using a smaller brush. Yes, I grab a smaller brush. Like I said, I buy these brushes off Amazon. I could put the link in there, but brushes are very subjective. It depends on what you really want to do with the brushes. People do different face paints. Some people do quick 60-minute face paints and they use different brushes. I just like to have different styles and different sizes for all the different types of face paints that I do. So I tend to buy brushes that have many different sizes and styles. And I don't go cheap. I go cheap. I was going to say I don't go expensive because the brushes, they just eventually get thrown away after so many uses. And then, like I said, they're not super expensive, so you don't have to worry about spending a ton of money on brushes. Amazon's your friend. You know, you utilize Amazon as much as possible. And I tend to like to work from up down. It just suits me better. Everybody's different. Some people do with the opposite. They work from below up. I get really shaky with my arms, so I start with the hardest part, which is on top, and then I work my way down so I don't have to have my arms up as high for so long. So we're just going to continue to fill this in. I don't know what I'm saying, but I'm sure I'm trying to give some face paint wisdom here. Doing the best I can, trying to remember everything I did say when I filmed this originally. And you can go higher into your hairline. It's, like I said, it's subjective. It's all depends on the kind of look you're trying to give out. So here I'm talking about using translucent powder. I've talked about this before in some of my other videos. I use the Marion clear translucent powder. I kind of don't like this one. I've talked about it before in my Jason face paints. It's very cornstarchy text. And this is where I'm realizing that my mic is messed up. But it's got this really weird texture and I don't like it. I prefer DermaBlend, but I will put that in the description as I fix my mic. I don't know how that was looking, how long that was doing that. I don't know what's going on with my mic. Oh, I feel so unprofessional. My goodness, I'm so sorry. We'll have to put a fail in there. Oh, I don't know what's wrong with it. Something is definitely wrong for sure. It could be my, like I said, it could be my PC and my port going out. But anyways, we were talking about translucent powders. I don't know what part cut off, but like I was saying, I like to use DermaBlend. Gosh, I don't even know how long it looked like that. Oh my gosh. I don't know what's going on with my mic. Anyways, we're moving on. Um, like I said, I like to use the DermaBlend, but I just ordered that, so I don't, it's on its way, I hope. So for the meantime, I'm just using this Marion translucent powder. I use Marion everything. And I just take a little bit just so it doesn't crease too much in the forehead lines, because, let's get real, we all have forehead lines. And I just take a little bit and just kind of pow, 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 pow. I don't want to, you don't want to go too crazy with it because then it looks cakey. Um, and it can get a little, I don't know how. It can look, I guess, a little not as shiny as you would like, because you want it to look a little bit shiny when doing this cosplay, but nothing crazy. Or the face paint. Okay. So we got that so far. We're going to continue on with the rest. All right, we're just going to keep filling this in. All right, we're going to fill this in. Let's take a bigger brush. I get all my brushes on Amazon. I don't even know which these are called. But you can pretty much order any amazing brushes on Amazon. It's all subjective. I could sit here and probably look for the order and be like, this is what I use. But it's like I said, it's subjective. You got to use what you like. Some people don't mind using cheap brushes. Some people are completely against that. So, like I said, it's all subjective. You got to do what's best for yourself and your skin. Okay, we got that side. We're gonna finish off this side. All right. why you use thin and thick brushes, because you're always going to have to go in between for details. All right. Sorry if I get a little quiet. I tend to concentrate, and I know there's no music on, so if it's boring, I'm so sorry. And that's fine. See that white that I have there? I'm going to use a little bit of that to blend with like a brush that doesn't have makeup on it. A clean brush, so don't worry about all that. And we're looking pretty good here. So what we're going to do now is I have these thinner, oh, no, that's got pink on it. We're going to take one of these thinner brushes and we're going to take some of this translucent powder and we're going to go in between these other areas and just kind of pat some of it. Because we're going to be putting the stitches down, and we don't want it to blend into the black too much. So we're going to just kind of pat this down a little bit. Make sure to brush it off because you don't want it too clumpy. You don't want it to look cakey either, because that's just not the business. Oh, see, just like I did that. I went a little too overzealous with it, and that's what makes it look a little, cakey. So gotta be careful. And that just happens from having excess powder, obviously. So you gotta be careful with that. Try not to blend too much onto your own skin because it will bleed a little bit because it hasn't set yet. Okay, and then we're gonna take a little bit of our bigger brush and we're gonna just kind of get the sides, the edges, just like that. You can see some wet spots. I know my camera's not the best. Y'all can't see them as well. And you can definitely go in there with as many small brushes as you have and just kind of dab some of those wet spots up. Just because, like I said, we don't want it to bleed. See, and I always feel like the more I clean up and stuff, the more I see spots that I miss. And where did my other black go? Oh. So like here, I can see how I messed up right here. And I didn't come down as much on this side. And that's okay. Like I said, let yourself mess up because that's how you get better. Okay? That's how you get better. So next what I'm going to do is we're going to get ready for the stitches. Actually, let me see if I have a clean brush here. I probably don't. We'll clean this one up. I love this color cleaner. Works amazing when you're working in between colors. It's a little charcoal cleaner. Just take your brush, kind of clean it off. It's awesome. I love it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to just blend all that in together. Oh, See, we just blend that. Don't ever worry about that white. Blends right in beautifully. And it appears that my mic, it appears it decided to go poop again. So here we are wiping things off, trying to correct our mistakes while I don't know that my mic went to poop again. And like right at this moment, I have it plugged into a different port, so I think that's why it's working better. I just need a new PC. But as I get things together, we're going to start working on the stitches part of this until I notice that my mic isn't working any longer. I just take a small thin brush, and here I notice. Thank goodness I don't have to do this for too long. I want to make this more personal for you guys so you guys can hear, me talk as I do this. I don't. Yeah. Sorry about that. Oh my gosh, I think my microphone's dying on me. That's so embarrassing. I'm wondering if I'm. Hold on one second. I moved the wrong one. It's still showing. I don't know. I have no idea why it's doing that. Okay, so we're gonna start with our stitches. Um, I kind of go from here, draw upwards, kind of turn my brush as I'm going up. Bam, just like that. Make sure you have a napkin because you want to clean that off after it comes off the black, smearing and stuff. And you just want to kind of draw your lines where the stitches are going to be placed. So that's exactly what I'm doing now. So, and then this is going to come down like this. Bam. And then here, kind of want to curve it down because it's going to go into the nose area. And you'll take this and kind of bring it down like that. Don't worry about messing up. Oh, unless you're me. Oh boy, and see, I lost my concealer brush that I told myself to keep out because I knew I was gonna mess up with black because I get it on my fingers like that. Well, hey, well, mistakes happen, I guess. Don't know where. Oh, here it is. And I started off so prepared. Mistakes happen. Okay, now All right. Then we're just gonna do things like this. And microphone fail number 3. Until I notice, I haven't quite noticed yet, but we're still applying these stitches. The great thing, and I'm not sure if I mentioned this while I was doing the video, is the whole good reason you want to put that translucent powder so you can do things like this without it smearing too much. Now, some of them I didn't mind that some of the black came through because that gives it kind of that metal look when you're doing the stitches in a sense. Try to make it look a little bit more natural, but we're just going to keep filling in all these stitches here until it looks like a complete mask. You can be kind of creative with these. Of course, I was going along a reference picture. I not really looking at the reference pictures when I'm doing the stitches. You can make them, kind of uneven. Because if you look at her stitching on the costume, it's very uneven and all over the place. So this is where you can be super creative and just slap them on there as much as you want or as little as you want. We all do our face paints a little bit different, but this is how I do mine. And it's not 100% perfect, but it's people get the idea that who you're supposed to be. There's, like I said, several different ways you can do this face paint. There are some amazing content creators out there who can do a better job than I can. I give them many props. But at this point, this is just how I do it. This is an easy way for you to do it, for you to learn. If you're a beginner face painter and you just kind of want to have a small idea of, cheap, easy, quick way to do it. This didn't take me very long, as you can tell. And then that's all you got. People are going to think you're a professional just by doing something easy peasy as this. And if you like what you see, don't forget to comment, hit that like button, and please subscribe. I'm trying really, really hard to get those subscribe button hit and to get those numbers hit up there as much as possible. And I still haven't noticed that my microphone isn't working. I think I do notice here soon. I may or may not. I know there's not much left in the video because all I'm doing from here is putting my... Oh yeah, I think I noticed. I was about to put my lipstick on. As you can tell, I'm getting frustrated. I wanted to impress you guys. And this was an epic fail. I'm just trying to fix it, replug it in, whatever I gotta do. Yeah. I'm so glad this is over, just about. All right, we're gonna put some lipstick on. I'm just using some basic Maybelline Ultimate. Color is this? More berry. I didn't want it to be over because I was happy doing this and I love doing this. It's just the microphone was really upsetting me. So please excuse that. I didn't mean it the way it sounded. Ah. Sorry. I don't know what I did there. Apparently, I have an obsession with getting this lipstick perfect more than my makeup or face paint. But here we go. Thank you guys for watching. All right. And that's our Catwoman. Sorry about the sloppy commentation. This is my first time ever doing this. My microphone for some reason just started messing up out of no reason. I don't know if I have to restart my PC, but it was a little too late by the time we already started. So I appreciate the love and support. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you turn on those notifications so you know every time I go live or post a video. But like I said, everything I will post will be down in the descriptions. If you have any questions or anything you'd like to ask, feel free to ask and follow me on all social medias. Thank you again. It was a pleasure having you. Bye.